If you're completely new here and you already watched my previous 2 Blueprint series videos, you should have had enough time during the last 7 days to study everything that I mentioned there in real time. If you didn't, make sure that you pause this video and go check out the other 2, because in this series we're going step by step to make sure you have a complete understanding of what, how, when and why. Anyways, without further ado, part 3, and first and foremost, Mindshare. If you want to understand why tokens move the way they do, you need to understand one thing, and that's Mindshare. Most beginners believe views, likes and noise move tokens, but that is only partially true. Real movement comes from Mindshare, which is the amount of mental space a token occupies in the market at a given moment. So let me simplify it for you. When enough traders are thinking about the same token at the same time, liquidity flows into it. When no one is thinking about the token, the chart dies no matter how good it looks. For example, if we look at the infamous 6-7 coin, right? Even before the generational run to 40+ million, the coin was already doing pretty well, sitting roughly at 3 million on average. If you don't know the origin of the meme, then back in February 2025, apparently the meme was extracted from a lyric of some rapper's song that went viral. As soon as the 6-7 trend went viral, of course it was tokenized on Palm, right? And had multiple versions of it until it stopped on this one right here. Now, when I'm talking about Mindshare, this is a decent example of what happens when a lot of people think alike. Before the 6-7 trend went viral, you could see it on your X feed almost every single day. And as for somebody who's trading, that is a good enough reason for you to start thinking, okay, I've seen this 6-7 meme for the last couple of days. It for sure will get tokenized if it hasn't already. And if I, as a trader, have this feeling in my gut that this could do some great numbers due to its virality, then others probably think the same. Most of the time, that's exactly how it works. And as you can see, the meme was so good and remained alive for so long that it even reached the most famous celebrities and eventually exploded to 40 million. And by the way, I'm not talking about trends. This is on a much deeper level, if you think about it, right? It can be anything on a subconscious level that everyone on the crypto Twitter knows, or at least have heard about it somewhere, somehow. And as soon as the thing gets tokenized, everyone who had it on that subconscious level will instantly recognize it whether they want it or not, which again will bring the liquidity. Hope you get the idea here, right? Anyways, you can consider Mindshare as the invisible engine behind every runner. Tokens with high views but no Mindshare collapse almost instantly. And we see it pretty much daily in the trenches, right? Tokens with small communities but strong Mindshare surprise everyone. So, what moves the chart is consistent discussion, repeat mentions, wallet accumulation, recurring attention cycles, and narrative reinforcement. A token with one big moment and nothing after it will not run. A token mentioned 10 times across different groups, Discords and X has Mindshare. This is one of the many reasons why I'm vouching for GMGN, because such information can be displayed on your charts when a certain Telegram or Discord group mentions a coin, or when and who mentions it on X, and other real-time tracking features. Number 2, narratives give Mindshare direction. So, narratives are the stories traders tell themselves about the token, right? A narrative can be serious or stupid. It does not matter. What matters is whether people believe it enough to bring liquidity. A couple examples of narratives, okay? TikTok narratives, popular entity narratives, event narratives, influencer-backed memes, and the most preferred is in Q1 2026, political narratives. So, narratives have a temperature. They heat up, peak, cool down, and eventually die. Your job is to learn how to enter when a narrative heats up and exit before it cools. A narrative gives people a reason to buy. Mindshare gives them a reason to keep watching. You need both. Number 3, Mindshare is visible in wallet behavior. So one of the cleanest ways to measure Mindshare is by looking at the holder count growth and wallet clustering. If holder count is rising consistently, Mindshare is building. If new wallets keep entering, the narrative is alive. If old wallets are resting but not selling, trust is present. You can literally check all of this information on GMGN, whether we're talking about the holder count, wallet clusters, or new and seasoned wallets holding the supply. Once again, we're going to go through what matters the most right now, step by step. And then in the upcoming videos, I'll explain all the minor technical details. Number 4, Momentum comes from feedback loops. Narratives begin small. Someone tweets, someone replies, someone buys, and then volume rises, more wallets enter, people talk about it more, and more buyers join. The chart shapes a pattern, smart money reacts, more traders discover it, and the cycle grows. This is called a feedback loop. If you want to study how it looks in real time, feel free to check out either GMGN's trending section or, for example, Dex Screener's gainers section. And remember, momentum is not magic. Momentum is participation. Number 5, the opposite is also true, Mindshare Collapse. When a token stops being discussed, the chart dies. When nobody's looking at it, liquidity dries. When social presence goes silent, the narrative breaks. So how do you spot Mindshare Collapse? First and foremost, dropping holder count, slower transaction speed, fewer new wallets, no trending signals, smart money exiting, and flat charts with no volatility. When you see this, do not hold hoping for revival, okay? A dead narrative stays dead unless something intentional reignites it, right? Number 6. Use Mindshare to choose your entries. Personally, I do not enter tokens randomly, okay? I'm genuinely curious to know the following. Why people care, how many people care, how consistently they care, who is accumulating, who is watching, and how the narrative fits the meta. Mindshare gives you conviction. Narratives give you purpose. Wallets give you evidence. When all three align, the probability of success increases. Number 7, this is where beginners fail. Most beginners buy when a token is pumping, influencers post about it, someone says it is the next big thing, they see a green candle, or they fear missing out. But at the same time, they ignore Mindshare, narratives, holder behavior, smart money signals, volume quality, wallet diversity, and distribution stability. Honestly, that almost sounds crazy to me, but at the same time understandable, considering the amount of influencers and KOLs that are selling newbies division that they can just top blast a new pair and exit the trade with 100k in profit. Number 8, the perfect example. Now, if we combine all the things I talked about in this video and you asked me to show you a real example of what Mindshare looks like in real time, there would be no better real-time example as the Rainbow Fish coin. So, on January 1st, somebody on X named Bart Charts launched a coin based on a character called Rainbow Fish. Just so you understand, the creator of the Rainbow Fish character basically runs this Rainbow Fish account for years and roleplays the character by posting all sorts of funny things on X, right? Now, why is it the perfect example when it comes to Mindshare, right? First of all, even before the coin was launched and the meme was sent to 12 million market cap, a lot of people already knew about the Rainbow Fish's character. It's the subconscious thing that I talked about earlier. The owner of the Rainbow Fish's account has been posting funny memes and role-playing the character for years, okay? And based on some unverified information, apparently even some celebrities have interacted with his account. So the attention and recognition was already there. All it needed was for the Memecoin community to pick it up at the perfect time. And guess what? It couldn't have went better than this. It turns out the owner of the Rainbow Fish's character actually works as a delivery driver. So the dev of the coin decided to use Pump Fund's creator fees feature and redirect all the fees to the Rainbow Fish himself. Now, aside from just previous recognition, history, and Rainbow Fish simply being a funny meme, the dev of the coin redirects the fees, which instantly sparks interest of other traders. Because, well, that's a good deed, you know? For approximately 5 days in a row, the Rainbow Fish's community was consistently and slowly growing because of the Mindshare. Everyone, including the top tier traders of our ecosystem, were getting pinged by their associates to check it out. And since the attention, the recognition, and the Mindshare was there for a whole week, which means that every time you scroll your X feed, you could see at least a single mention of the Rainbow Fish, well, it didn't take long for the big players to pick up their piece of pie. As you can see here, one of the most seasoned high-cap traders named Gake picked up $2,000 worth of supply. And a bit later, another huge name in the space called Marcel picked up more than $30,000 worth of supply. Why this matters? Because do not forget that a huge name also means a huge follower base, and more importantly, trust. Obviously, it didn't take long before the meme pushed further and hit a current all-time high of 12 million. Now, whether Rainbow Fish is going to push higher, or it's only a downfall from here. I'll let you to use the information you acquired until now, do your research, and let me know in the comments, of course if you want to. And by the way, do not invest in it, just consider it as a quick research practice task, okay? Anyways, aside from that, that's it for today's video. Expect the next one in 3 days. Thank you for all the love and support, guys. All the links in the description below. And by the way, follow me on X so you don't miss the Discord release. See you in a bit.